Okay, we're getting ready to tram the head on this milling machine, and the purpose for tramming the head is to make sure that the head is perpendicular to the tube. We're going to do this using a stair plunge dial indicator mounted to the spindle of this milling machine. Okay, this is a Bridgeport type milling machine. We have 4 bolts right here. All 4 of these across the front lock it, and that keeps it from going from left to right. And we make our adjustment on the side right here with this bolt here. Now for our tilt to and from across the front side, front and back, there are 3 locking bolts, and our adjusting screw is back here. If you notice right here, it tells what degree or angle that we're on, and it also has it on this direction here as well. Now that'll get you in the ballpark, but the best way to do it to start with is to use a square. So what I'm going to do, if you bring the quill down, which is bring this handle down, unlock it, bring it down. And a lot of times what I will do, let me get a rag over here. If you put a rag back behind it, it kind of brightens it up a little bit, and then you can see the gap a little better. Okay, you notice we're touching at the top, but we're not at the bottom. And so we come around this direction, we are even worse in that direction. Don't even need a rag for that one. Until we're touching at the top, but we have a pretty good gap here at the bottom. So that tells me that we're worse off front to back than we are side to side. Let's bring this back up, and I'm going to go ahead and mount my dial indicator in this. Now that we have it mounted, we want to make sure that we're in neutral. Right now, we are in neutral, but if we were not, high is on this side, low is over here, and right now it's neutral, so this spindle should turn freely, which it does. Now, I'm going to use this ring right here that someone made for us. They ground it, and so I don't have to worry about the plunger right here falling down inside one of these grooves and breaking my $100 and some odd stair dial indicator. This can also be done with a last word indicator, whatever you have. I'm going to bring the quill down. Let's go ahead and lock this in position so it doesn't move on us. Okay, you always want to keep an eye on the indicator. Right now, we're at our highest point. Now you see I'm dropping off. Not even touching right there at all. So I'm bringing it around until we're touching again. All right, we're touching right there, and I'm showing it 45. Or 40, 47. 46 and a half, how about that? 46 and a half. Let's swing this around. Make sure we're still on the plate. We're still on the plate, but we're still not touching. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to make an adjustment front to back first. In order to do that, I'm going to have to loosen up these screws here. Okay, with the screws loosed, you make your adjustment with this as you're watching your indicator. So what I want to do, I want to fall off of the dial, in other words, take it back towards 0. So if I pull on this, you see how it's coming down? Now, I'm going to bring the table back up to where it was at. And let's turn this dial until we get it on 0. I want to find out how much exactly we are out. There's 0 there. Now let's swing it around. Well, we're getting a lot closer now. All right, there's it's on 75, so it means that we're off 25 thousandths. Let's bring it back around to where we were at, to the 0. Okay, now this time, I'm going to make an adjustment, and half of 25 is 12 and a half. Let's try that right there. Now you need to bring the table back up to 0 again. And I'm doing this by turning this handle here, bringing the table up until I get back to 0. I want to focus in here. Really hard doing this by yourself, videoing. All right, now let's swing the indicator around again. All right, there's about 14 out. Okay, making another adjustment. I'm just sneaking up on about a half at a time. Let's half 14, 7. It's about 7 right there. Let's bring it up to 0. Bring my table up. And let's swing it again. You don't really have to get in a real big hurry whenever you're indicating something in, because you want it to be right. Where am I at? About 7, 8. Let's go ahead and take the whole 7. Back around to here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to drop it off the high. That's our highest point. Right up here, we're going to grab the handle. Watch the indicator as you turn it. We'll take about 7. There's 7. Bring the table back up to 0. And let's give it another turn. I'm thinking it's going to be about right here. Alright, we're showing 0 on the back side now. And 0 on the front side. Now we need to concentrate on side to side. On our 9 o'clock position right here, I'm showing about 3.5 thousandths on the plus side of 0. So I should be on the negative side of 0 on this side over here. I'm on about 2.5 negative there. So what will we do? Find the high side. Which is right here. And we're going to drop off the high just like we did on the front. In order to do that, first thing I tell you what, let's go ahead and do before we mess up anything else is let's go ahead and snug these 3 bolts down right here, which will keep this from moving front to back. Let's go ahead and snug this one in first. It's a good idea to bring this back around to the front side to where I'm on 0. Make sure we're still on 0. There it is. And as we tighten, we want to watch that needle, make sure it doesn't move on us. Because if it moves, we can adjust accordingly with these two right here. So I snug this one down first, and then if I start pulling on this one, if the needle starts moving too much, I can compensate for it by pulling on this one right here. See it moving a little bit? There's 1/1000 to the left side of 0. Now, let me go ahead and pull on it a little bit tighter. There. All right. Now we're good and tight, and we're sitting on 0. That's very important. Make sure that as you're tightening something, you're not moving. Now we can unloosen these 4 here. In order to do that, remember I told you this is the adjusting screw for our left to right, and these are the locking screws here. I've already unloosened them a little bit. I still have them a little bit snug, so let's go ahead and make an adjustment. Went the wrong way. It's easily done. Whenever you barely start turning it, you'll see which direction you got to go. I'm pushing the adjusting screw now, and we just take it to 0, and that should do it for us. All right, let's see what we have. All right, let's go ahead and swing it. On 0. Come around this way. Still on 0. I'm off about a 0.5 thousandths. Almost a full thousandths. Back to 0, 0. That's where I started. I'm gonna lock it down, lock it in place. Remember a while ago I told you to keep an eye on the indicator whenever you're tightening. And this one, what I do is I go cross, just like you're doing the lugs on a car. I'll do this one, then this one, then this one, and then this one. And watch the needle as I'm tightening. Okay, that didn't move. Okay. Still okay, and the last one. And I got it good and tight all the way around. I'm gonna swing it and make sure we're still on 0. I'll take that. One more thing that's very important I want to tell you before we stop the video. Make sure that whenever you're turning something, don't hold on to the indicator. I can take that indicator. See how I'm moving it back? I'm just barely moving it. It's a sensitive instrument. Reach on the back side back here. I spin it with somewhere along up in here. Just opposite of that needle. That way I'm not putting any pressure on the needle as I'm turning it. Still on 0? Still on 0. All right, that's it. Let's get to work.